Hello, ladies. My name is Trez, and welcome to the custom card review. And with your favorite host, me, of course. I'm the only one. Thing. Okay. So, yeah. So in today's episode of custom cards, I am going to go over my favorite archetype. And I usually watch Evil Rising or whatever, or Resident Evil. But I decided to play some Yu-Gi-Oh! And when I first heard vendreads and start playing them, I realized that they didn't want or they need more support for it. So, in my genius mind, my big boy brains, I decided to make 6 cards. So, let's go over the monsters, then spells. I might make a trap cards for them. So, the first monster is the intro. I was trying to go for stick with the theme of it. Like, vendread is like part of they are like reincarnations of Resident Evil. So, sticking of the theme, we have Dr. Vendread. He's a dark, level 4, zombie effect monster with 100 attack and 1500 defense. So, his effect is basically a Vendread core, or one of them that allows you to banish one zombie type monster to special summon it. But this one is, if this card is in your graveyard, you can shuffle 2 other zombie monsters from your graveyard or battle zone to your deck, and to special summon it, but banish it when it leaves the field. A Vendread monster ritual summon using this card on the field gains this effect. You can only use this effect for once per turn. Your opponent can't. This is what I was trying to think in my head. Well, Vendread Core has the effect of this card can't be targeted by your opponent's card effects. So, or is unaffected by card effects. So this one, it's ritual gives thing. Your opponent cannot declare any attack on this card. And this card cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects. And you take no battle damage from battles evolving this card. Now we got on to vendread red beasts. They are dark, level 4, zombie effect monsters. Once per turn, you can inflict 500 damage to your opponents for each vendread card from your graveyard or banish them. This card's effects cannot be negated by card effects. If this card is used for Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, X-Ray-Z link with a monster, and it gains this effect. This card makes 4 attacks per battle phase. So it's basically, if you use it on like one of the vendreads and like Raven or the Swarm, Hawksbirds. Hold on. If you use it, the card that I said, vendread Beast or Red Beast, with this and another card called Anima, then you can basically destroy. Your opponent couldn't do nothing to it. And that's only at like what? Okay, so for ritual monsters, you need like, depends on which one. If you use like plus core, her, if you summon all of them on the field at the same time you use a spell card, then you get like a level 8 monster from anywhere to your field. That's how fast it goes. Like basically you would be instant when the duel. Oh, sorry. So yeah. But this card has a graveyard effect. If it's sent to the grave, you can special summon any number of vendread monsters from anywhere to your field as possible for once per turns. So yeah, it's basically, remember what I said? Like you could summon all of them onto the field. They don't have that like swarming ability yet. So that's why I made vendread Red Beast. Yeah. And it kind of looked like, when you see it, I tried to model the card design after these guys. So yeah, because they are zombies and sometimes they like to swarm the feet or have big chunks of them. So yeah, that's what their creation is. And let's get rid of that. And so we move on to vendread Necroshade. He's a dark level 12 of pendulum monster or zombie pendulum effect monster. Did I say? So I was trying to go for like, if this card or if your opponent's monster declares an attack on a vendread monster, you can reveal this card from your hand to negate it and destroy it, and then you can place this card in your... Sorry if I'm talking so fast. You can place this card in your pendulum zone, and if you do, special summon 2 vendread tokens. Zombie, level 4, 2500 attack, 0 defense, to your field. And if they get destroyed by battle or by card effect, or by attributed, you can special summon this card. And then you can reveal 2 cards from your hand to your opponent, and then shuffle them into your opponent's deck. And then you draw 2 new cards from your deck. So basically it's like the... I'm trying to think, but give me some time to think. So it's basically like, if you wanted your opponent to have your cards, you could give them. But it has a pendulum effect. If this card is in your pendulum zone, your opponent cannot destroy all spells and trap cards from your spells and trap card zone with card effects. And all vendread monsters gain this effect for once per turn. They become unaffected by card effects. And if it battles a monster before damage calculations, you can discard one card from your deck to the graveyard to destroy all cards from your opponent's field and hand, and graveyard to just to the graveyard to and then discard that. So it's basically is like support for vendreads. And now vendread squid, he's a level 2 water with pendulum of 0 because the other one was 13. Basically summons all the monsters. Once per turn, you can shuffle shuffle one card from your graveyard or battlefield to your deck. And then you can special summon one vendread monster from anywhere to your field in attack mode. So basically, that's one thing that they need was, I activate this. Now I use its effect. Pendulum effect. Now I add like Pot of Greed to my deck. And then now I summon like Zombie Revenge Dread or whatever. And this one, ready? For its like normal effect, this card has a story. This zombie lives in the waters with undead creatures, and it likes vendread anima, but she does not like him back because she pulled a prank on him. So he left her to love someone else instead. It's a tragic magic. You could see him like leaving her. That's him leaving her behind. And now this is a new card that I made a couple days ago. It's for those people that are being super annoying to you when you're playing vendread. So this card is called Vendread Buggy. He's a win, level 4, pendulum 1, but he's a zombie pendulum effect. So he's basically, his effect is different from everyone else's pendulum effect. So before the duel starts, you can banish this card to your battlefield from anywhere. So basically, if your opponent negates your card effects or summons anything on your field or on your turn, you can activate this. Activates its pendulum effect. And it can't not be negated by card effects. So, you can pay 100 life points to negate it and destroy it. And if this card leaves the battle zone, you win the duel, and your opponent must watch anime for 2 weeks. Then say sorry to the user of this card. So basically, they have to watch like Yu-Gi-Oh anime. So now we went over the 5 monsters. Now the spell card that I made, because I feel like they don't need, or they have summoning conditions. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have like a proper summoning condition, like swarming. I gave them a lot of swarming, so that's how usually you don't see just one zombie at a time. And you see a whole buttload of them swarming around. So that's why. Once per turns, you can special summon any number of vendread monsters from your graveyard or battle zone or deck to your field in attack mode. If it does, you can add 1 ritual spell from anywhere to your hand for once per turns. If this card is sent to the grave, you can add all cards from your graveyard and battle zone to your deck. Shuffle it, and then you draw 2 cards from the top of your deck to your hand. So basically, it's trying to say, oh, I don't need, or I do need all my monsters to be on the field. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Now I got my spell card back. I activated. Now it'd be like to bring out. No. So yeah, there's also one. I think I created. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't find the vendread cure. So it has like the multiple abilities. Like there's ones that are like super tough one. Like but I am gonna make a new one called vendread worm, because usually the virus thing infects like creatures too, not just humans. So yeah, and it's a flip effect monster. When it's flipped, basically special summon any number of vendread from your battle zone or anywhere to your field. So yeah, and it has a graveyard effect, and it gives a when it's ritual with a monster, because usually there's sometimes you go over the required limit, so I'll make him a level 12, or actually level 8. If you guys want me to turn him into a ritual monster instead of the flip effect monster, tell me in the comments below. I might do vendread and shark. there's ever such a thing as a vendread shark. So, yeah. Please leave a like, share, subscribe, do all those fun things. Okay? And, yeah. Brain. How about get out of here? Bye.